welcome to Crypto Chat Live. My name is Darth Crypto. Today we have Ryan of Growers International. Ryan, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. It's the launch of our coin, so it's a pretty good day. It's a pleasure to be here, Darth Crypto.
Yes, thank you very much for coming and having fun with us today. We'll be asking you a few questions. Before we begin with Growers International, tell us a little bit about you.
A little bit about me. Well, I mean, where to start, really? Let's start with cryptocurrency, I guess, and how I got started there. I became involved with crypto through Dogecoin, actually. I remember seeing an article about, it was during the time that Bitcoin was spiking really hard due to like all that Mt. Gox stuff that was going on. Bitcoin hit $1,000 and it kind of hit the mainstream, and it was like right around that time that Dogecoin was released. So I just started researching, and I learned how to mine.
Very nice. How long have you been in the cryptocurrency?
Well, Dogecoin hit the markets in like December of 2013, so basically like all of 2014 is when I really started getting into it. And like the main way I kind of got my stake is like I was an early miner. I didn't really have a lot of hash power, but I was able to get a lot of Dogecoin, and then what I did was I opened an eBay store and I started selling Dogecoin paper wallets.
Oh, nice. Very nice. So what got you into developing Growers International?
Growers International, well, I mean, it's kind of a culmination of things. It's like my entire experience with cryptocurrency over the last few years, and then, you know, further back, I have more experience with, you know, growing cannabis and, you know, being part of the cannabis industry. So kind of just bringing both worlds together, you know, and making like, for me, it's like the perfect coin.
Cryptocurrency and cannabis. Very nice. Very nice. Are you into the other cannabis coins that are on the market?
You know, when Potcoin first came out, I started trading it, and I kind of had like a thought that it might pump around 420 every year, which has been the case pretty much. So it's been a fun ride, but I definitely love Potcoin, and I'm still invested heavily for sure. Speaking about Potcoin, Dogecoin is another cannabis cryptocurrency, and they actually have a lot going for them. They recently released like an e-commerce store where you could buy seeds in the UK. I don't know if most people know that.
Yes, it seems that the crypto world is booming as well as the cannabis community, and what best to join them together and have a community of, you know, a community of cannabis cryptocurrency lovers all over the world.
Well, yeah, for sure. And you know, like the markets go well together. And what's really interesting is like they're both kind of like reaching legalization at the same time. They're both hitting the mainstream at the same time. You know, it's almost like if you watch the trend charts, they're right at the same activity.
Let me see here. Okay, if I was interested in
DK, are you there? The people on YouTube is complaining about the volume. They ask if you can put the volume up, please. Sorry.
The volume up? Okay, I don't know if I have much control on that.
No, it's not. It's DK is going to work it out.
Hello.
Test. Hello.
DK?
Can you guys hear us clearly? Loud and clear?
Can you guys confirm on YouTube, please? DK?
Yeah, the volume should be sorted now. Turn up the slider.
Okay. Alright, well, as we were before, that the cannabis community as well as the cryptocurrency is pretty much the trend. They're both neck and neck with, you know, with what's going on. It seems that but best to be at the front lines of this and watch it grow, which is really nice. So Ryan, if I was interested, or if the community was interested in Growers International, where can I go?
You want to head over to Cryptopia. It's an altcoin exchange based out of New Zealand, and you know, it's a place they host a lot of altcoins, and but at the same time they don't really they're kind of like one of the most free altcoin exchanges that's out there, as far as like they don't really play politics. It's like if you buy enough coin, you can get your coin listed, for example. That being said, Growers International is a little bit different than most of the coins that have been listed on Cryptopia. The fact being that they don't do ICOs, and technically this coin is not an ICO, and it is more of a public coin acquisition period. Same thing as an ICO, but it's like, how do you determine the title, really? Like, you can call it anything you want.
So this is the first ICO, or not like you just said ICO, but the first one to go public on sale on an exchange. Am I right? So you didn't do a pre-sale on your websites or anything like that?
Right. There's no pre-sale. There's no like early bonuses for people. Like basically, no one has gotten coins at a cheaper price. Everyone has an equal crack at the exchange. So it's a flat rate. Whatever sells will sell to supporters. Whatever doesn't sell gets burned at the end of the 20-day period, and then we're off to the races.
Very nice.
I've checked your guys' website out. Your website looks very cool. It looks like there's already like an e-commerce going on the site. Is that right? So will people be able to use the coin on your website?
That's right. Over the past few years, I was part owner in a hydroponic company where we had lots of products online for sale. And, you know, there were some decisions made along the line that we wanted to move from online sales into more of like a brick and mortar business. I kind of thought that was a bad idea. And in reality, that almost helped spawn the idea of Growers International in a way, because I kind of want to set up a network of brick and mortar stores that will sell items, and we could basically just have Growers International as like the primary hub for that.
That is very cool, like Alibaba for the marijuana industry.
Exactly. Or, you know, I mean, as far as the cannabis industry, not so much like the final product, but more like the hardware and the nutrients and the soil and the things it takes to actually grow the plants.
That's very interesting. And so what will the coin be worth on your website? I see all the pricing is listed in USD. What will the coin, when will you put the coin's appreciation in?
Okay, you're talking about the products that are for sale on the e-commerce platform, right?
Yes.
Right. So all the prices right now are in USD only because we're not doing international shipping. If I can make some connections with some hydro shops overseas, like in the UK or beyond, then you know, we could just open the door real easily. So at the moment it's USD. We accept Bitcoin right now, and you know, 20% of each sale in Bitcoin will get put back into Growers International.
That's cool. So is there any questions from our community listening? If you guys have your questions, please ask them in the dev chat channel, and we can get the questions to our guests.
I see here there is a question about tents and lamps. Yeah, all that stuff is available at the shop right now. I mean, you can go to growersintl.com. You could find tents, you could find nutrients, you could find soil, you could find filters, you could find just about anything you need for growing any kind of plant, not just cannabis, but you know, anything. If you just have a green thumb and you want to get some nutrients for your tomatoes, and we carry that too.
Would this site maybe be open to the idea of seed buying, like seed trading?
Like for cannabis?
Yes.
You know, whenever legalization hits in 2018 here in California, we're going to be able to list a lot more on the website. I mean, at that point, when we have business registration, we could have flowers and concentrate and seeds and maybe even clones and different things like that. For the time being, we're keeping it as legal as we can. We just have the grow, the hardware and the nutrients, stuff like that. But we are working with dope coins so that we can offer you know, some flowers and some products here in California.
Do you have any retail shops in California, or is it just online?
I do have experience with my own retail, like opening my own retail location. At the moment, I do not own any retail shops. I do have really good connections with some store owners. So as far as like getting our product into stores, it's already taken care of, basically.
In the future, would you be making your own strain?
That's definitely a thought. You know, right now we get a lot of our clones from a farm. It's called Raw Garden. It's here in California. It's one of the few already legal farms. I let people do their own research on them. I don't really want to.
Yeah, that's fine.
But they're you know, they're doing crossbreeding, and it has some really great like indoor hydroponic strains that I'm currently growing. If anyone wants to see what we're growing, you could check out our Instagram, which is you know, Instagram.com/growersintl.
I will link it here in general for you guys to check out. I already linked the website. If any one of you want to go and check the website out, please go in general. Is there any other social media platforms that the community can follow and get involved with you guys and find out more about your coin and your website and products?
For sure. You know, there's a Twitter. We're actually doing two Twitter accounts now. We're going to have one for the coin and then one for like just general cannabis legalization news. You know, we have the Bitcoin Talk, which is kind of a social media platform there. We're on Steam It. You could check us out there. You could check us out on Facebook. We're all over that. So, I mean, just look around. You know, we're actually going to be doing a Reddit as well. We just haven't set that up yet.
There's a question on the YouTube. Why do you need a new coin if you're already using USD and Bitcoin? And there's a bunch of other weed coins.
Oh, no, for sure. That's a great question. The e-commerce store and all that is really just like a secondary feature to what the coin actually is. You know, as far as like accepting Bitcoin and not our coin, that's only because like I want to be able to sell Bitcoin and then put profits back into the hands of Growers International holders. If you want to talk about other aspects of the coin, we could do that as well.
What other aspects is there that you think is important for the people out there interested in your coin to know about?
I think our number one feature would be the seed to sell platform, which we're actually going to be posting more details about that today online if people want to check for that later. Seed to sell is extremely important because I'm not sure if people know out there about the legalization of cannabis, but it's really important that the government is able to track your plants from the moment that you put them in the ground to the moment that you sell them. So that way there's not like missing product. It's actually a really big deal. And there's a lot of companies that are offering services for growers to be able to track their plants this way. But I really haven't seen a great solution that's been based on blockchain technology and blockchain and, you know, cannabis strain registration or seed to sell. It's perfect for the blockchain.
For the future of Growers International, are you going to have perks for your customer or customers?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's just so many ideas, you know, it's like we barely scratched the surface right now with the actual release of the coin. But I mean, just recently we were talking about the idea of doing like a free gram giveaway or something.
So within the next year, or within the next 3 years, where do you see Growers International?
I see Growers International as being the #1 tool used for tracking plants from seed to sale, as well as a Kickstarter type platform for people to invest in legal grow operations, not only in California, but the rest of the United States and hopefully the rest of the world.
Very nice.
Like if you live in a country or something where cannabis is totally illegal and the government just won't touch it, maybe you enjoy cannabis or maybe it helps you medicinally. It could be something you want to invest in. And if you try to invest in cannabis in the United States, like you might try the stock market, but I don't know if you guys have tried to invest on the stock market. It's really a pain in the ass.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
Whereas with Bitcoin, it's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week stock market. You could invest at any time, and there's really, there's a few restrictions, but a lot less than what you face when you're trying to invest on the stock market.
What's the total supply of your token? Is it a token based on any other coin, or is it? How does your blockchain work? How does your coin work? The technicalities behind it.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I'm sorry, I just I tried to mute that as fast as I could. It's interesting because we are both a coin and a token. We are releasing as a coin based on the blockchain, the Bitcoin blockchain. It's a fork of Blackcoin, which offers the DPoS. So I want to stress this point that if you've invested in Growers International already and you want to get more coins, it's pretty much crucial that you pull those coins off the exchange and start staking them in your wallet, because you're going to be able to get DPoS rewards. And it's almost like mining in a way, except you're not really using any power. You simply just need to have your wallet open and you will get more coins.
So it's a proof of stake. Where can people download your wallet?
You could download it at our website. I'm sure you guys will post a link. That's growersintl.com. You can get it there. There will be links posted. You could also check it out on our Twitter or Bitcoin Talk. There's links there as well.
I got a question from Cheney Pie that asked if you could elaborate on the strain chain concept.
The strain chain goes along with the seed to sell. I mean, basically, you're going to have to register on our platform as a legal grower. Once you do that, you're going to have different options available to you, such as the seed to sell and as well as like a small fee to register your strain. And it basically just includes, you're going to be able to like name the strain, especially after you've tracked its lineage. You're going to be able to specify the exact genetics, THC content, maybe a short description, and it's all going to be permanent, right there, like on our blockchain. So our blockchain is the strain chain, basically.
Okay, not too sure if you mentioned this before, but what percentage of the e-commerce profits go to GRWI holders, and what's the ROI for staking?
All right, for the e-commerce, just for regular purchases, if someone goes to the website, they want to buy something in Bitcoin, 20% of that purchase goes back to Growers International holders. If you are a Growers International holder, we're going to be able to read your balance through API with your membership to the website, and then we'll be able to give you 10% above cost discount, which is basically like an employee discount. So, I mean, you're going to be able to get stuff like just above costs. I mean, so it might even be possible for certain buyers or certain holders to buy stuff from our store and then turn around and then resell it for a profit.
That is cool.
Like most of the time, if you're a grower and you go to your local hydro shop, they might give you like, 15% discount, 20%. Really good customers will get, a 30% discount. If you're a Growers International holder and you shop with our store, you're likely to get like over a 50% discount.
very nice for the green community.
The coin is completely designed for growers, for those interested in the legalization of cannabis. That's really what it's for. That's who we want to be invested into the coin, and that's who we expect to kind of like come on board later as we grow.
Did you mention what the total supply of your coin was?
I'm sorry, no, I didn't. It's just over 1 million. It's 1,420,000, and the last part right there is for the stoners out there. Speaking of that, if you guys, if anyone out there is smoking, feel free to light up right now.
Yeah, 420, baby.
You got it. Let's see here. The big, how about masternodes? Are you guys thinking about masternodes or any of that?
You know what? Like, I'm gonna have to run that by my programmer. He's super talented at stuff like that. I'm just not too sure if masternodes are going to benefit this coin because it's POS. One thing I've heard is that it will kind of help the network move a little bit faster. And if that's the case, then, for sure, I'm going to look into that and see if we can do that.
Got a question from Explicit that you guys are willing to give away some. It was mentioned yesterday that you guys might be giving away some herb to investors that live in California as well as to homeless. Can you share this with our viewers?
Yeah, it's an idea that I've had. I'd like to execute. If you're in California, it's legal for me to give you cannabis as a gift. So I would encourage any investor to reach out to us who's from California, and I'd be happy to give you a sample of some of our product.
Mm-hmm.
There's something we could do as far as like tracking who bought coins, and I haven't really decided the details as far as like how many coins you would need to buy, or maybe even if you're just invested in any way, I'd be willing to just share some Gorilla Glue or some Fire OG or maybe some cookies or cherry slurm or whatever it is that you're interested in.
Definitely interested in the Girl Scout cookies. Let's see here. Do you have any other questions, Danny?
I'm good for now. If there's any people in the audience that still have questions, please ask your questions. And if there's any other information you want to let our viewers want to know about, feel free, man. The floor is yours.
Yeah, for sure. I'm open to any questions. TG, yeah, the wallet is available. Go to growersinternational.com or growersintl.com/coin, and you can find it there. I'm sure there's a link already. TG's got the link up there already.
Mark on YouTube asked if he would be able to buy product with the coins in your website.
This is one thing I've thought about, and actually I had some background in helping develop Einsteinium EMC2 coin. I don't know if anyone out there holds that. It's actually a really good coin if you want to go check it out. Whenever we developed that coin, we kind of found out that if you accept your coin for anything related to like e-commerce or even like a donation, at some point you're going to have to sell that coin. And if you give it all as a donation, likely the person might just, sell it all in like a mass quantity, which could end up pushing down your own market. So it's like almost a disservice to your own coin. This is why I want to accept other cannabis coins and as well as Bitcoin, because, if we have to sell Bitcoin for the market, it's not really going to influence the price too much, on the exchange with, all the, as big as Bitcoin is. And then at the same time, I could use a percentage of that money to put back into Growers International instead of having to sell Growers International for, fiat.
You thinking about promoting it like the Cannabis Cups, if there's any in like LA and like Denver and whatnot? Like, will you be there?
Yeah, I mean, that's really a a big point for like the funding. The ICO, the money that's coming in is going to pay for the programming of the actual seed to sell and the strain registration. And I have a lot of connections in the crypto space to help put that together. But then like another portion of it just goes to like straight marketing and PR and like getting out there, setting up a booth, talking to vendors, talking to customers, and letting them know about Growers International, and then like really getting out in the physical space.
Would you take advantage of the strain chain over something like Seed Finder or Leaf-Fly?
Would I do it? I would personally do it, especially with like all the other tools that Growers International is offering. Not only that, but like having it all like exist on a blockchain just makes it like that much more reputable. And it's trackable. Anyone could search it, and no one could change it, and it'll basically be around forever at this point, as long as our blockchain is alive, which of course it will be.
Got a question from Super Ninja. Was wondering about the Ethereum fork down the road, when it might be.
We're trying to coincide the fork along with legalization in California. We kind of, there's only so many details that I can release right now. I'd like to say more, but it's just unclear. A lot of this has to do with legality and actually starting our own cultivation, legally here in California. A big part of the token generation kind of has to do with that. Not only that, but we need the coin to actually be a token before we could really implement the seed to sell platform. I don't know if you guys have seen Waves, or like the way that coin works with token generation and how you pay a certain fee and then you can generate your own tokens. But that's basically what's going to be required to do seed to sell, because a grower will need to visit our platform, pay a certain price, a certain amount of token, Growers International, and then he will receive the seed to sell tokens that he's going to use throughout the process until the point of sale.
Is holding your coin like having a share on your company?
If that's like a legal question almost. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen like the recent statement by the SEC. I can't really tell you guys that it's like a share in the company, but I could tell you guys that like you're making it happen, and all of the investors definitely have a voice and a choice in the direction that we're going in. If I were to say that you are a shareholder, that kind of makes it more of a security, and you're kind of stepping on a gray area right there. But I mean, basically the investors are making the project happen. So they are like, to me, they're like the number one, like most crucial thing. And I'll make sure they're happy.
Very nice.
Like a lot of people have asked me throughout the day, like, how long do you plan on being with this project yourself personally, being involved in Growers International?
Okay, so that's a good question. If you do some research on me, then you'll find that I've actually been some part of like a lot of crypto coins. I haven't checked recently, but I know that last time I checked, I think I had like 5 coins still in the top 100 that I had involvement with in the creation. So with Growers International, I've kind of like decided that I'm going to take all my experience and all my skill from helping other developers, create a coin or push a coin, whatever it was. I'm going to take all of my connections from the last, 2 or 3 years in crypto, and I'm going to apply everything to this coin. This is basically my number one. This is like my my opus. This is my legacy.
Sorry. So as long as the coin's about, you'll be about, basically.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be with this thing as crypto just continues to get bigger and bigger, which it's going to do. The coins released, like I have a deep feeling that right now, if you create a coin or if there's coins launched, they're going to be really important going into the future. I feel like in the future, it's going to be a lot more difficult to release cryptos. It's just like everything's working out perfectly as far as like legalization with cannabis and then legalization of crypto in a way. We are definitely following the legal route of things. If there's any documentation that the SEC needs or anything like that, then I'm right on board with that. So it'd be, it's going to be pretty epic to be part of like the first, cannabis cryptocurrency that's completely legalized.
So the coin is available on Cryptopia. Any ideas on when it might be on other markets?
I expect other markets to pick it up after we finish crowd sales. So, I can't give any dates or anything. But if the community wants us to, we'd be happy to like pay for a certain exchange if people want to trade there. We're totally open to that.
I know if while we're on these questions, if I don't ask this, Marky Boy will never forgive me. Do you have any interest in expanding into the Asian market in the future?
That's interesting because I actually live in Taiwan several months out of the year. My wife is Taiwanese, so I love Asia. I've been to China, I've been to Japan, and it's actually a huge market as far as like manufacturing goes. So it wouldn't be difficult to make some direct connections. LEDs are huge in Taiwan, so if you made like a direct connection and threw your brand on the side of like an LED light, that was actually pretty good quality. There might be a product there. This all comes along with legalization, of course, and this is what we're going for. This is what the money that's coming in actually goes for business registration and attorneys and like taking care of all that kind of stuff.
Okay, I got another question from Mark. If we cannot use the coin to buy in your website, does that mean your coin will only be using as a discount reward for your company?
As far as the website's concerned, it is a discount reward for sure. But like I said before, it's kind of a secondary feature. So it's just another tool that's going to benefit growers, and that's what Growers International is all about. There's also going to be like a software suite in the wallet. I don't know if there's any growers out there listening, but if you've ever tried to, like, let's say you get some nutrients, you might get different conversion rates as far as like if you're in the UK or if you're in the United States. When it comes to like actually putting nutrients in your reservoir or something, you have to like, you got to open Google, you got to open some conversion table, you got to open maybe 2 or 3 different websites and then a calculator, I want to be able to put all those things directly in the Growers International wallet. So all you have to do is click a tab and then you have everything you need for your grow room.
Very nice, Ryan. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, Ryan. Well, is there anything else that you would like to say to the community about you or about the coin, about the future of cryptocurrency, the future of cannabis? Anything you would like to say?
I would say that there's a bright future and a big future as far as, in both industries. We're already here. Most people, I'm sure, listening are into crypto, and you've seen like what's going on. Look at the price of Bitcoin. Probably as we're talking, it's reaching an all-time high.
Right.
Yes,
it's a very
exciting time to be in crypto.
So I'd say like
time to be in crypto and the cannabis time. It's very exciting.
For sure, and if you are into crypto and you are into cannabis, maybe you want to invest in something you're interested in, and instead of like going into the stock market, like why not stay with crypto and then put your investment into something that like could really benefit you and like benefit the whole industry.
Very nice. Well, Ryan, I'd like to thank you very much for coming on Crypto Chat Live and discussing to us in the community about your coin. Congratulations on being on Cryptopia. For those that are interested, again, go to Cryptopia right now and pick up some Growers International. Ryan, thank you very much again. Like and subscribe if this is your first time on Crypto Chat Live. I'm Darth Crypto. With us today is Danny Bees as well as DK Reaper. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Have a great night. Goodbye.
Later, guys.